Shalom, everyone. This is Sade. Um, I'm back with Jeremiah 30, and there's several verses that I want to share precept with. And I think the last verse I was on was Jeremiah 37, and I gave the precepts on the first a little small clip video, about 11 minutes or more. So now I want to finish up the rest of the verses that I have precepts for, and Um, so let's go ahead and just start with Jeremiah 30, verse 10. Jeremiah 30, verse 10. And it says, therefore fear thou not. And this is Jeremiah 30. And this is in regards to Jacob trouble. Jeremiah 30 and verse 10. So let me go back here. Jeremiah 30. Jeremiah 30. 2 and verse 10. He comforts Jacob. This is the comfort from the Most High, words of comfort from the Most High. It says, therefore not, fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, saith Yahuwah, never be dismayed, neither be dismayed, O Israel, for lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivity, and Jacob shall return and shall be in rest and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid. Verse 1. For I am with thee, saith Yahuwah, to save thee, though I make a full end of all nations. Whether I have scattered thee, yet will I not make a full end of thee, but I will correct thee in measure, and will not leave thee altogether unpunished. So my precept for Jeremiah 30:10 is between 10 and 11, or from 10 to 11, and the Most High Yah is saying that he will not allow the nations to wipe out the seed of Israel. That Israel will always be before him. He would not, even though that he will punish them, he would not wipe them out, but he will wipe out the other nations. Nor will he let any other nation wipe Israel out completely. Deuteronomy 4:30 says, when thou art in tribulation, and all these things are come upon thee, even in the latter days, if thou turn to Yahuwah thy Elohim, and shall be obedient to him, to his voice, for the Lord thy for Yahuwah thy Elohim is a merciful Elohim. He will not forsake thee, neither destroy thee. And when he said neither destroy him personally, he mean he would not destroy us, allowing another nation to wipe us out, because the Most High always punishes us based on the nations that he selected. It says, for Yahuwah thy Elohim is a merciful Elohim. He will not forsake thee. So the Lord thy Elohim, or Yahuwah thy Elohim, is a merciful Elohim unto Israel. He will never forsake thee, never destroy thee, nor forget the covenant of thy father, which he sware unto them. Deuteronomy 4:32, for ask now the days that are past, which were before thee, since the day that Elohim created man upon the earth, and ask, he said, ask yourself, and ask from the one side of heaven unto the other, whether there hath been any such thing as this great thing is, or hath been heard like it. 33, did ever people hear the voice of Elohim? He said, is there, search the entire world and see if there's another people that God spoke to directly. Did ever people hear the voice of God speaking out of the midst of the fire, as thou hast heard and lived? So the Most High is telling us that, look, I have not spoken to any other people on the face of this earth through fire or any other way but my people Israel. Okay? Then 11 says, for I am with thee, saith Yahuwah, to save thee, though I make a full end of all nations. Whether I have scattered thee, yet will I not make a full end of thee, but will correct thee in measure, and will not leave thee altogether unpunished. And the precept for that verse is Number one, Yah will never make a full end of Israel. I'm going to go to Jeremiah 4 and 27 says, "For thus said Yahuwah, saith, the whole land shall be desolated, yet I will not make a full end. He will not utterly destroy." I'm going to go to Jeremiah 5, verses 10 and 18. 10 says, um, actually, let me go to 18. It says, "Never in those days, said Yahuwah, I will not make a full end with you." Even though we're worshiping false idols, wow. Even though we're always in contempt of the Most High, He still had pity for us. Even when we was in our adulterous acts, He still had pity, and He still said He would not utterly destroy us. And even when He judged us based on our pervertness throughout our captivities, and after bring us out of the captivity, He still said He will not destroy us. And until this day, He still has not destroyed us, meaning that He is with us still, even though we have given Him such a bad time. And even for our great corruptions. Israel was and still is. We corrupted people. We are, y'all. We ain't these saints that's walking around here being saints. No, we are corrupt. That's why we need to be saved, because we are corrupted. Corrupted, in this wicked world. So Jeremiah 46:28, another precept I want to use. Jeremiah 46 and verse 28. And it says, "Fear thou not, O Jacob, my servant, said Yahuwah, for I am with thee, for I will make a full end of all nations." That He can go again. He said it in Jeremiah 30, He going to make an end of all nations. He's saying it again in Jeremiah 46:22. "For I will make a full end of all the nations, whither I have driven thee. But I will not make a full end of thee, but correct thee in measure, yet will I not leave thee wholly unpunished." So the other nations got a judgment. It says, "Well, Yahshua or Yahuwah will not make a full end to Israel, because He loved Israel." What was that? Was verse 11. Oh, that was Jeremiah 30. I think that was 10. Deuteronomy. Yeah, that was Jeremiah 30:10. And I also did Jeremiah 30:11. Jeremiah 30:11 I did. 12 says, "For thus said Yahuwah, thy bruise is incurable, and thy wound is grievous. There is none to replead thy cause, that thou mayest be bound up. Thou hast no healing medicine." Now, there was a scripture I wanted to, let me go all the way down to 17. Yeah. 14. "All thy lovers have forgotten thee, they seek thee not, for I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy." So He said, "I've wounded you like I was your enemy. I wounded you with the wound of an enemy, with the chastisement of a cruel one, for the multitude of thy iniquity, because thy sin was increased." And He said, "The reason I wounded you with the wound of an enemy, and I became your enemy, is because of your iniquity had increased." 15. So He not only does He, when He whoops us, is when He'll chastise us, He'll tell you why. He'll tell us why. So He tell us what He's going to do to us, and tell us why we're going to do it, and He tell us what He did to us, and then tell us why He did it. 15. "Why criest thou for thy affliction? Thy sorrow is incurable for the multitude of thy iniquity, because thy sin was increased. I have done these things unto you." 16. "Therefore all they that devour you," here come. So He's saying, even today, even though I'm chastising you, even though I am punishing you and pouring judgment upon you, that's not going to excuse those who are mistreating you. He says, because this, in essence, it's my right, because you're my people. I'm the Father. You know, I'm the husband, you're the wife. He speaks of us sometimes as the spouse or the wife, and it's also the children. But he says, even though I have put judgment upon you, the nations, I still, I'm still going to punish because they went overboard. It says 16, therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thy adversaries, every one of them. He said, every last one of them. Not one going to get away. Not one going to escape his judgment. Not one. If we didn't escape, they're definitely not going to escape. And read that again, 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thy adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee I will give prey. 17. For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, says Yahuwah, because they call thee an outcast, a no people, a nobody, saying, this is Zion, whom no man seeketh after. So is this Zion who nobody cares for, who everyone calls a byword and just mistreat them and treat them like they're not human, or just God's people? Then 18 says, or actually, I'm going to go ahead and do a precept to 17. I'm going to read 17 again. It says, 17 says, for I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wound. After he wound us, after he punished us, then he said he's going to heal us. For I will restore health unto thee. And Israel has not been restored health-wise at all, spiritually or physically or financially. For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, saith the Lord, because thou call thee an outcast. They call thee an outcast, saying, this is Zion, whom no man seeketh after. Let me just see what that means in the Hebrew, outcast. So a misled, a banished people, a cast down, chastised, inflicted. Oh yeah, that's us. So the precept to that is to 1730, Jeremiah 30:17. 12 through 15, I said, talks about Israel being wounded with an incurable wound. But 17, he's letting Israel know that only Yah can undo what he has done. And all praise to the Most High Yah. See, now that I am he, there's none, no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. That's Deuteronomy 32:39. So we know the only one that can heal us is the Most High himself. 19. And out of them shall proceed thanksgiving and the voice of them that make merry, and I will multiply them, and they shall not be few. I will also glorify them, and they shall not be small. So even though the nations are trying to reduce us to nobody, the Most High said, no, I'm going to multiply you, and I'm going to increase you. I'm going to glorify, and I shall not be, and it says, and they shall not be shall be small, meaning a small people. We're going to increase y'all. Now check this out. I have on verse 19 for the precept. I think I had, if you go read Exodus 15, 1 through 18, that's Moses' song of praises. So that's the Thanksgiving. We're going to be singing the song of Moses. If you go back and read, Exodus chapter 15, 1 through 18, that's Moses' song of praises. Let me just go there and just see if I can read a couple of scriptures. So that's Exodus. Okay, Exodus, come on, Exodus, come on. Exodus chapter 30. And I'm going to start at 1. Let's see. Is it Exodus chapter 15? I'm sorry, my bad. I'm at 15, Exodus 15, I had selected 30. And then 1 is 15. Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song unto Yahuwah, and spake, saying, I will sing unto Yahuwah, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea. 2. Yahuwah is my strength and song, and he is become my salvation. He is my Elohim, and I will prepare him an habitation. my father's Elohim, and I will exalt him. Yahuwah is a man of war. Yahuwah is his name. He's going to have to be a man of war to come punish these nations, y'all. um, Yahuwah is a man of war. Verse 3. Yahuwah is his name. Pharaoh, chariot, and his host. Verse 4. Had he cast into the sea. His chosen captain also are drowned in the sea. 5. The depths have covered them. They sank into the bottom as a stone. 6. Thy right hand, O Yahuwah, is become glorious in power. Thy right hand, O Yahuwah, has dashed in pieces the enemy. 7. And in greatness of his excellency, thou hast overthrown them that rose up against thee. Thou sendest forth thy wrath, which consumed them as stubble. Number 8. And with the blast of thy nostrils, the water were gathered together. The flood stood upright as a heap, and the death was congealed in the hearts of the sea. Number 9. The enemy said, I will pursue, I will overtake, I will divide the spoil. My lust shall be satisfied upon them. I will draw my sword, my hand shall destroy them. 10. Thus didst blow with thy wind, the sea covered them. They sank as lead in the mighty waters. Number 11. Who is like thee, O Yahuwah, among the gods? Who is like thee, glorious in holiness, fearful in praise, doing wonders? 12. Thou stretchest out thy right hand, the earth swallowed them. 13. Thou in thy mercy hast led forth the people which thou hast redeemed. Thou hast guided them in thy strength and to thy holy habitation. We could apply this to also Isaiah, the second Exodus, Isaiah 11, starting at verse 10. Among others, Zechariah is another chapter 2, I think it's 13 or 14. Number 14, the people shall hear and be afraid. Sorrow shall, let me go back to 13. It says, thou in thy mercy hast led forth the people which thou hast redeemed. Thou hast guided them in thy strength unto thy holy habitation. The people shall hear and be afraid. Sorrow shall take hold on the inhabitant of Palestina. Then the dukes of Edom shall be amazed, or Edom. The mighty men of Moab, trembling shall take hold upon them. All the inhabitants of Canaan shall melt. Now I'm just applying this to this happened already. But the thing is, the Most High repeats everything that happened to us in the during Israel time. It still happened to their seed today, so it still applies until He ultimately redeemed His people completely. 16 says, fear and dread shall fall upon them by the greatness of thy arm. They shall be as still as stone till thou people pass over, O Yahweh, till the people pass over which thou hast purchased. Thou, 17, thou shalt bring them in and plant them in the mountains of thy inheritance, in the place of Yahweh, which thou hast made for thee to dwell in, the sanctuary of Yahweh, which thy hands have established. 18. Yahuwah shall reign forever and ever. Now we know He will reign forever and ever. And we know again that the things that happened to our ancestors happen and still happen to their seed today. It has not stopped, y'all. And they can say, well, that was the past, or that was during the Syria time. But the fact is, His people are still in captivity, and as long as they're in captivity, they're going to be oppressed. And the deliverance, that's what He said, the things before time is written for us. It's written for us to be encouraged that look, He did it to our ancestors and delivered them. He's going to also deliver us too. So we know that's a future prophecy to His people. Okay, so where was I? Now they should receive Thanksgiving. Yeah, that's the 19. I stopped at 19 because I read the Song of Moses, and then 20 in Jeremiah 30. Jacob trouble. Their children also shall be as aforetime, and their congregation shall be established before me, and I will punish all that oppress them. Let me read that 20 again. Their children also shall be as aforetime. Okay, let's do that 20. Aforetime in ancient time. So their children also shall be as in the ancient time, and the congregation shall be established before me, and I will punish all that oppress them. God's people still being oppressed today. That's why they need to be redeemed from this earth, and that's why they need to be delivered. The Most High is coming back to deliver His people. He's coming also back to kill the nations that oppress them, but mostly that disobeyed Him. So we have something to look for as far as our deliverance, because we are still oppressed people. I don't care what nobody else, whatever the naysayers say, um, we are oppressed. 21, and their nobles shall be of themselves. And their nobles shall be of themselves, and their governors shall proceed from the midst of them. And I will cause them to draw near, and he shall approach unto me. For who is this that engage his heart to approach unto me, said Yahuwah. Now, this part where it says that, and their nobles shall be of themselves, and their governors shall proceed from the midst of them. Now, it just kind of brings me back to the scripture, Matthew's. I'm going to go to Matthew's. Um, I'm going to Matthew's 28 and 19. I think it's 28:19. Or maybe it's Matthew's 28. Let's go that. 28:19, I think it is. No, maybe it's 19. Let me go back. I'm sorry, y'all. Matthew's 19. 19. So 28. Yeah, here it is right here. Again, going back to power, it says governors in on Jeremiah 30:21. It says their nobles shall be of themselves among Israel, and their governors also shall proceed from the midst of Israel. And I will cause him to draw near, and he shall approach unto me. For who is this engaged his heart to approach unto me, said Yahuwah. So I'm going to look at when it talks about the governor among his own people. Um, Israel going to govern over the apostles, or is going to govern over the 12 tribes. And you find that in Matthew 19:28. It says, and Yeshua said unto them, verily I say unto you, let me go up. It says, then, this is Matthew 19:27. Let me slow down. Then answered Peter and said unto him, behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And Yeshua said unto them, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. So that even show, even when we get the kingdom, we're going to be governed by our own people and not some other nation. So that thing about sharing, governing, no. Israel's going to be governed over everybody. Okay, so 22 in Jeremiah 30:22, it says, ye shall be my people, and I will be your Elohim. And 23, behold, the whirlwind of the Lord of Yahuwah goeth forth with fury, a continual whirlwind, he shall fall with pain upon the heads of the wicked nations. Because that's what he's talking about, the wicked nations. And then 24, the fierce anger of Yahuwah shall not return until he has done it, and until he has performed the intent of his heart. In the latter days ye shall consider it. And the latter days mean, this is a future prophecy, and that Yah will not stop his fury upon the wicked. Yah will not stop his fury upon the wicked, unrepentant nations till he has destroyed them all. His fury will be non-stop until it's finished according to his heart. That was my little remarks from Jeremiah 30:24, my little commentary for that verse. So I hope I didn't go too fast, you all, but I just wanted to share those encouraging to me. Jeremiah 30 is encouraging, even though it talks about the Jacob trouble. There's so many scriptures in there that comfort you. Yahweh is saying that he will never utterly destroy us and that he will be with us in essence through that tribulation. He will never leave us, just like Joseph. He was always with Joseph. He's going to always be with his people no matter where the remnant is. He's going to be there protecting them. It may not seem that he's protecting us, y'all, but he is. He really is. So I hope you all enjoyed that rest of the little um, verses in Jeremiah 30. I just wanted to share. So I hope you enjoy the verses and I hope you enjoyed the little commentary. So be blessed and talk with you later. Bye.